don't know if you guys can hear the fans in the background, but it's really, 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 really hot in California right now. It's like today was like 106. I have money to turn on the cooler. I have money to pay for it. But it just seems as if the cooler doesn't like they'll come, they'll test it, it'll work, whatever, blah 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 blah. This has to do with the inventions. This is why I um I thought of this, right? So if he is just a bunch of atoms, right, closely packed together, um, and the opposite of that, which is for it to be cool, the atoms are not close to each other. So I was thinking if maybe like we can put something like on the car, like on a car or truck, right? Basically a vehicle that that has a small suction hole, right? So like I don't know, you can that I like I'm thinking of like ways to like improve it already, right? So basically, right, so let me just talk about it first, then I'll talk about the improvements. Um like I'm like thinking of that's crazy because I'm like thinking of ways to improve it while I'm like trying to just give out this little idea that I have, right? It's crazy how like I'm improving on it while I'm talking about it. Crazy, my brain's just so weird. Um, but so like, what if you have this machine where it has a small circle, and this thing you could kind of maybe add the Euler to it, right? The E, where it's exponentially growing, right? You can add the E to it, right? So it's like so if you have a small hole and you want that hole to get bigger, right? Then you could you and then so you can just use the E and then whatever, right? So you can have that E, right? So if you have like two E or whatever, I don't know how to do the E, but I just know like when you have the Euler, the E for Euler, that thing goes from the origin of zero and like depending on how I guess whatever it is, or I don't know whatever it is, but I think the original just the E just starts from the zero and then it just starts going to like a infinite like a finite number, right? A finite X number. And as that happens, the Y value grows, right? Grows larger. So basically what I'm describing is like, why don't we have a small hole at, you can have like one, right? Two, whatever, right? You just have a hole. And and so if it, when it's hot, right? So when it's hot, you drive to California, you have your hole open, or wherever it's hot at, basically. Um, you have that hole open, and then so these molecules that are already compressed together, right? So that's what the heat is, a bunch of compressed molecules. So why can't we get those molecules and then have them like sucked into that little hole, then then um and then like as it passes through the hole, the thing starts getting wider, right? The hole starts getting wider, so the molecules start stretching out more, and then you have an outlet. So then the air starts cooling down, and so then as all the cars are picking up each other one, it's cooling and cooling and cooling and cooling. right? Um, yeah, because I saw this thing because it kind of reminds me of something that I saw on YouTube where they they got they got no, okay, I'm sorry, you're supposed to go backwards where it's supposed to be big since the molecules are so stretched out. Then you suck them in, and then as they get sucked in, they come tightly. Then you can then they could be released back out into the air, right? As more tightly compact. Then when another car picks it up or whatever, right? Because heat rises, cold air shrinks, whatever. So then, so then the other car behind you, or whatever, picks it up. Bam! Now you got now you're converting what. Now you got a car converting the hot air to cold air, right? So let me go back to the reason, like, so now that I'm kind of copying, not copying, but kind of like getting someone else's idea and putting it on somewhere else, right? So now I seen this thing on YouTube where these people, I don't know, I think they were like in a third world country or whatever it was, but they got soda cans, not soda cans, but soda 2 liters water bottles. They cut them in half. They cut like 10 water bottles. They cut those 10 2 liter water bottles in half, right? Horizontally, basically. So they cut the things horizontally, all 10 of them, which left them the same thing what I was talking about, where you got the cap where the cap goes, and then you have, right. So then you got the other thing. So what they did was they put all 10 of them with the cap facing inwards towards the building, and the chop piece outwards, right, facing the exterior. So when the hot air blew in, it condensed and it freshened the air. Right? And so, why can't we do that with cars? Right? So like cars are forever carrying wind, right? They create wind, dude. Like, can we not do that? Is that too hard? Right? Uh, I don't know, dude. It's just like free free energy. You got these turbines, right? That make energy. So why don't we like, I don't know. It would be cool like if we can put like put turbines or something like that on our car, right? Just something like a fan, right? And so as you go forward, those things start moving. Um, that turns into potential energy, right? That's potential. So that's potential energy that's being stored, and then have that converted into like a battery, right? And so have that energy like charging a battery, right? Just basically converting that potential energy to energy, right? Um, so then, so then you're driving, then you can come home, get that battery, and connect it to like your cooler or whatever you may need to access energy, right? Um, and then, um, and then when the thing does like so, like it's just say if you're using more energy than you're capturing, then you can rely on you know PG&E or whatever energy company that is out there providing the energy, right? You can be like, hey, like I ran out of energy this month, let me buy some, right? Um, so like that would be cool. Like there's I don't understand how we live in a society where we have yet to we have yet to like stop like fighting and secluding ourselves from each other. Well, not like not from each other, but it's just like, how would I say it? Like, if we were, if everyone were to work together, then you wouldn't need to be selling drugs. You wouldn't need to be hurting people for money. You wouldn't need to be doing whatever bad thing you're doing in order to live. That's the thing. That's what it is. It's like they want everyone to attack each other for money. They want everybody just to be like hate someone for the money. Like that's what it is. It's basically what it is. Because if it wasn't like that, then they would be like, hey, that land over there, you don't have to buy it. It's free. It's free land, but you live in a place where it's not free. They it's like America is not free. You could say that, oh yeah, yes it is, like for free to do this, for free. In other countries you do this. Like maybe that's true, but in some countries maybe you don't pay taxes, maybe taxes are lower, like I don't know, I think there's like in Mexico or whatever, um, you don't pay land taxes. You don't like that property's yours. I think you could just whatever you like, you could just build. Maybe I think I'm not too sure, right? Maybe there's restrictions in some places, um, but like I just seen this. Like I know, like I shouldn't believe everything I see on YouTube, which I don't. Um, but like there's this thing on YouTube that just happened where this person was like saying that he was in the Amazon with some person, and they're like he ended up marrying some like indigenous tribe or whatever person from like an indigenous tribe. So they were saying like he was like, oh, like hey, can I like or how can I buy a land so we can you know make a shelter? And she was like, oh no, like all the land we can build wherever you want. It's the only way that this guy Elon Musk is going to allow this universal income to work, right? And to cut down all these different types of freaking inflations is to kind of like I don't think you should be able to monetize things, right? However, right, I don't think you should be able to monetize things, right? Patent things like, oh, like I made something where it's the best, and I don't want no other company to make it. So, right? So then you patent it and you make it, and it's good, right? Of course, there's going to be spin-offs, right? People are going to be like, well, oh, well, you don't need this, and it'll work still, but it's not as good as this, and then they find other ways to improve it, whatever, blah, 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 right? But if we were in a world where it's like, hey, um, it's like, hey, I see that you're not doing good, right? I got this idea, and let's both build a company. We'll build the exact same thing, right? So that way we'll have more workers. Well, maybe we'll have we'll have like almost the same business, right? Might as well be the same business, right? Might as well be a big old factory, right? And so, but this is just so like the person, the CEO or the person who created it doesn't get all the money. That's why I'm talking about separating the business, right? But if you were to make a law where it's like, oh, well, if the person who's making it can't be making more than 50% of that income, right? You like 50%, dude, I think that's good, right? Or just like you shouldn't be able to make anything off of it, right? There shouldn't be no CEOs of the businesses, maybe, right? If we're gonna all have universal income, that means that all of our things are gonna be the same. So it's just like we need to stop making things. Basically, no, no, we don't need to make a damn new TV every freaking year. We don't need to make a new car every year. There's no need for that.